Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make this nice little keychain that was made out of a recycled debit card or prescription drug card. You know, the kind that you have on your keychain that comes from like CVS, Walgreens. Here's some of them that I have, but we're going to take like an old prescription drug card and cut it in half and then cut it in half again, and don't worry, we'll take it step by step. So before we get started, here is the things that we're going to be needing: your scissors, your hole punch, paintbrush, pen or pencil, the ruler, Mod Podge, and a metal ring for your new keychain. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you have to do is decide how wide and how long you would like to have your card or your keychain. The one that I showed you earlier is 1 inch wide and about 2 inches long. You can make it shorter if you would want to. It's up to you. But we're going to go by 1 inch by 2 inches long. So take your ruler, mark out the 1 inch, or you can just fold the card in half and then fold it in half again. Now we want to go about 2 inch. So now we will cut the card. So now that we have it marked, you go ahead and cut it. Then turn it and cut. And these right here you can save and maybe make a mini keychain. And you will notice that these have a rounded corner, and I don't like to have mine rounded, so I cut off just enough so it gives it that square. And some of these are like really durable, like flimsy, so the one I showed you earlier I took two and joined it together. That way it'll be a little more stiff. So the next thing you want to do is find your choice of paper that you want to cover the card with. And I chose steel tool like this, Hello Kitty craft paper. And we're basically going to do it same way as we measured the card. Just align it, and if you can, make it just a little bit bigger, just in case you need to trim any. And just where it is right here, the marks, just cut through. And you're going to need two of these, one for the front and one for the back. As soon as you got that, we will go to the next step. Now that you got your two pieces cut out, the next thing we want to do is take your Mod Podge right here and coat the back. And you do this for both pieces. And sort of let it stay about a minute or so. Then you're going to take it and affix it to the card. So and try to get it. You can overlap it a little bit. What you want to do is have the face on there, and you got to leave room so you can have the hole punched through there, and you don't want to get it onto the face. So go ahead and do the other side, and don't be like me and I had them just opposite. Because you're going to need to punch a hole through there, and you really don't want it getting onto their face or on the picture. So after this dries, I'll be back and we'll continue on. Now that it's dried a little bit and everything, now's the time to check if you need to do any trimming. And as I can see right over here in the corner, so what I do is just bend it down and back over. That way there's a crease. Just follow the crease. And you could visually inspect it to see that there's nothing, no more trimming to take place. So now, before we Mod Podge the front and the back, we need to put the hole, and this side you wouldn't want to do that because of her head right here. So you go over to this side, find you a space right in the corner, and you can see I'm good for that. Maybe a little bit more. Just punch through, and you got your hole right here. So the next step will be Mod Podging the front and the back and the edges. Okay, so now that you got the front and the back on there, and you got the hole punched in, and everything's trimmed up the way that you want. Next thing you want to do is just take your Mod Podge and brush on the front and the back. Well, do it just one side at a time, unless you can hang it up on something. So let it dry for a few minutes, then turn it over, do the other side, and you will do this maybe 2 coats, and then check it out, and if you want to add any more, then all that's left to do is put on the metal ring, and you will be finished. I'll come back shortly and we'll finish up. So now your keychain is coming around really nicely. So after you're going to put 2 coats of Mod Podge on it and let it dry, guess before you do that, before we put the metal ring in between here, if you'll go around and check the edges to see if they peel back. Mine doesn't. And if they do, I got a remedy. So you check that, but my remedy is to use this triple thick. And it's a glaze, and it will give your whole picture on both sides and the edges a glass-like look, and it doesn't peel off. I've done many things with this triple thick, and it works great. So I'm going to show you how. It's just like Mod Podge. You put it on, maybe a little thicker, and try to brush in even strokes. And while you're at it, just try to do the sides as well. and just fill in those gaps. And just flip it over. Do the same thing as you did right before. Just do the sides. And when you get this glass-like look, then you're ready to put this metal key ring around. But first, we'd want it to dry. And that is all there is to do it. So I hope you will follow me. If you have any questions for me, you can post them down below and I will see them and I will get back to you. And I really hope you enjoyed the video.